Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is August 28th, 2023, and it seems that Manchester United are interested in signing Marcos Alonso. Also, the Saudi League are currently after two Barcelona players, which I will tell you all about. And finally, the chapter on Ivan Fresneda is completely closed as the player has decided to join a different club. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. As I mentioned in the last video I made, I'm currently outside of the country. I'm in the city of Barcelona, to be more specific. So I'm away from a YouTube studio. So I won't be able to bring you daily edited videos. And this is why I'm bringing you this short live stream. I won't be able to interact with anyone on the chat section. This is just going to be a short live stream where I bring you all the news. Now, I will be back home on Wednesday. So starting Wednesday, it will be back to the regular schedule with a regular live stream at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the rest of the week will be regularly edited videos. Now, having said that, I apologize for not posting a video yesterday because I traveled yesterday most of the day, and given my schedule and everything, I didn't get to my hotel until it was midnight. I was completely exhausted, so I fell asleep. But the important thing is now I'm ready to bring you all the news today, straight from the city of Barcelona. So let's begin with the news that Barcelona defeated today Villarreal 3-4 in an away match at the Estadio La Ceramica, which was the third La Liga match. I actually got to watch the match live in the stadium. Really cool experience. It was a last minute decision. It was not in my plans to go see that match. It was an away match, but I ended up buying a ticket for the match and a train ticket at the last moment. Went to see the match. 7 goals in total, so not a bad match to watch live. I've traveled 6 or 7 hours total round trip. It's actually 2 a.m. right now in Barcelona, completely exhausted, but it doesn't matter because Barcelona won. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about it. I think that this was another example that shows Xabi that he really needs to start playing more aggressive football. I really think that Xabi's trying to be too cautious. I think he's scared of conceding goals. I don't know why. I don't know if he's trying to repeat what happened last season, where we broke a record with the least amount of goals conceded in a season. So I think that's what Xavi's trying to accomplish, but it obviously does not work. That's not the Barcelona style of play. The team plays a lot better when they're offensively minded, when they're more aggressive. And we saw that during the second half, where there was where Oriol Romeo came out. We saw Ferran come in, and eventually we saw Ansu, Fermin Lopez. The team became more attack minded, and immediately you could see the change. The team started playing much better, creating more chances, creating more danger, and we went from losing 3-2 to eventually winning 3-4. So this was another example of Barcelona needing to be a lot more aggressive, because we cannot play the cautious game. It just does not work. I mean, what's the point of trying to protect the goal from protecting the team from conceding goals if eventually we're gonna end up drawing 0-0, or we're gonna end up losing, 1-0 during the final moments? Also, playing aggressive, scoring more goals protects us from against bad refereeing calls. We've already seen a lot of bad refereeing calls this season, but if you're up 2-3-0, it doesn't matter if you get that late penalty kick that the referee does not count, kind of like against Getafe, against when there was a clear penalty kick on Ronald Araujo and it was not called. Had we been up 2-3-0, yeah, it would have sucked, but it wouldn't have mattered. So the team really needs to be more aggressive. Xavi needs to play more aggressive, and today was another example from that. But either way, I'm not gonna get into too much specifics as far as analyzing the match, because we do have a lot of news since I didn't make a video yesterday. So there's plenty of news to talk about. The important thing is Barcelona won. We took home 3 important points. I got to see a really cool match in the stadium. And then Robert Lewandowski scored, which I think was very important. It's very important for strikers to score because then they can shake off that kind of like bad streak that they're having, even though you can't really say it was a streak. Lewandowski has only played 2 matches, but nonetheless, he scored. Hopefully, he can shake off his bad streak and start scoring again. Lamine Yamal, amazing match. Don't need to tell you about it. We all saw it. This guy plays like he's been playing pros for years. So again, important thing. The team won. Speaking of Lewandowski, by the way, I watched him limp all the way back to the locker room. I also stayed outside the stadium to see the players leaving or getting on the bus. He also limped all the way from the stadium to the bus. I don't know if it's an injury. Hopefully, it's nothing serious. Maybe it's just pain that will go away on its own. Now, speaking of pain, there was a little scare with Alejandro Balde during training. He twisted his ankle. He was suffering from a lot of pain. He didn't play today, but don't worry, he's not injured. This was simply a precaution. The team really wanted the technical staff did not want to risk anything with Balde, so they decided to rest him and start Marcos Alonso instead. So don't worry, Balde is not injured. This was simply to protect the player, which I think is very important to do. Now, speaking of Marcos Alonso, the big news is that Manchester United are interested in signing the Spanish defender. Now, if you're not aware, Manchester United had Luke Shaw, who's their left back, just got injured. So they're looking for options. One of the options that they're considering is Marcos Alonso, because they're looking kind of for a low-cost option, someone who can come and cover the left back position just for one season, and then eventually can become next season like a sub, someone you can rotate with. And Marcos Alonso would kind of fit that profile, someone who could come for low cost, cover this year. Next year, he would be a sub. And also, Marcos Alonso does have plenty of experience in the Premier League, having played for Chelsea. So Manchester United definitely considering him. Marcos Alonso is not their number one priority. They are considering other players, but Alonso is in the list of the Premier League's team. Now, the club's stance is that they would prefer for Marcos Alonso to stay. Marcos Alonso wants to stay, but of course, it's all going to depend on that offer from Manchester United, if Manchester United do end up making that offer. Now, speaking of fullbacks, as I said in the intro, the Ivan Fresneda chapter is officially closed because the young right back has decided to join Sporting CP in Portugal. So definitely chapter closed. Barcelona will miss out on his signing. Of course, Deco wanted Barcelona to sign Fresneda. Even if they signed Joao Cancelo, he believed that Fresneda is a player with a bright future, a lot of potential. Barcelona made that offer to Real Valladolid. Real Valladolid rejected it, so because they wanted Barcelona to increase it, and since Barcelona already gonna spend a decent amount of money on Cancelo, they thought, we can't really afford to make another big spending on another right back when we're going to sign Cancelo. So Barcelona decided not to go after the player. And even though Fresneda did wait for Barcelona for 2 months almost, he's finally has decided to join Sporting CP. So we will miss out on that signing. And a lot of people within the club are already saying that this is going to be something that the club will regret. Now, speaking of right backs, let's talk about Cancelo because the player has yet to join Barcelona. La Liga are still delaying the approval of the loan of Cancelo because of the wage limit situation. But Barcelona are transmitting total confidence. They're not worried. They're saying that they are 100% confident that they will finalize this deal, that Cancelo will arrive during the summer transfer market, that La Liga will eventually approve this deal. Of course, Barcelona are waiting on that money from the activation of the economic lever, where they sold 29% of Barca Studios to this German investment fund. I told you in the last video that Barcelona have not received any money from this German fund. They're expecting to receive the first 20 million euros in these upcoming few hours or few days. If that doesn't happen, Barcelona are negotiating with an American fund that could step in at the last minute and take over this deal in case the German fund does not come through. But Barcelona transmitted total confidence and assured that Cancelo will sign for Barcelona. Now, let's talk about Lenglet, because Saudi Pro League team Al Nassr are still interested in signing the French player. Now, Lenglet had rejected Al Nassr. Then they upped their offer. He still wasn't listening to them because he wants to go to Tottenham Hotspur. He has a personal agreement with Tottenham Hotspur. But so far, Tottenham Hotspur are not making any serious offers to Barcelona. They're not moving for the French player. So now Lenglet is starting to consider the Saudi league, Saudi team Al Nassr, because he's starting to see that his options are dwindling. Yes, there's other interest from other European clubs, but not really anything serious. Given his trajectory, no European club are willing to, make him their priority. He also has a 16 million euro salary, which no team is willing to pay him that salary. But his only real option is Tottenham Hotspur, and since Tottenham Hotspur are not making any serious moves, he's starting to consider the Saudi League, where they're offering him the same salary, maybe a little bit higher, so he can still make that money. And of course, Barcelona, unless they are willing to pay Barcelona the 10 to 15 million euros that Barcelona want. Their only fear is that the Saudi league's transfer market does not close until September 30th. So they're afraid that Saudi Arabia might kind of take advantage of that and trying to lowball Barcelona, knowing that Barcelona really need to get rid of Lenglet by August 31st, while the Saudi league have all the time in the world because they still have another month. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully Al Nassr make the 10 to 15 million euro offer to Barca, and hopefully Lenglet agrees, because again, not only do we need to get rid of Lenglet because he's a player that Xavi does not count on, we need to get rid of him because he has a 16 million euro salary, which would free up a lot of space on the wage bill to continue registering players. Now, speaking of the Saudi Pro League, they're also still interested in Raphinha. Which team? Al Nassr. Al Nassr really want to sign Raphinha. They're willing to throw a lot of money at this deal to make this signing happen. Of course, Raphinha had rejected Saudi Pro League earlier in the summer transfer market. He wants to stay in Barcelona. Barcelona considers him untouchable, that he's not up for transfer. But nonetheless, Al Nassr want to sit down with the player, talk to him, and try to convince him to join their club. There's talks about Al Nassr offering him a 50 million euro salary, and they're also willing to offer Barcelona a sizable offer as well. Again, the stance of the player is that he wants to stay for now. Club wants him to stay as well, but of course, if Al Nassr do end up convincing Raphinha, then it will all depend on him, because Barcelona are not going to get in the way. They will allow him to leave, and I'm sure they'll make a decent amount of money off this transfer. My opinion, of course, is I would sell him in a heartbeat. I don't think Raphinha is Barca level, and if we get rid of him, I don't think it will be a loss. We have the wings covered. I think we can have Ferran and Lamine Yamal playing on the right. We can have Ansu and Abde playing on the left. Of course, Lewandowski. We do have Vitor Roque coming in the winter transfer market to cover him. And there you go. You have your six attackers with Ansu and Ferran making a comeback. Abde, still hasn't convinced me yet, but I do think he has potential. Anyways, I do love to hear from you, so let me know down in the comment, would you sell Raphinha or not? But that is all for today. I'm going to go to sleep. Tomorrow I'll be going to the Spotify Camp Nou. I will be taking my camera with me to film what's going on as far as the renovation, and I will be making a video all about it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and then I will see you tomorrow. Peace, guys.